Big news for Crocker.
Absolutely, yeah, we're
So-
very excited.
And, sorry, go on.
Yeah, we we were a level 2 school last year. We had a very specific plan on how to help and move students and get to a level 1 status this year. There's 5 ratings of schools, 1 through 5, 1 being the highest rating that you can have, and that's the least involvement from the Department of Education. You're making the gains that you're supposed to make, and you're closing the achievement gap. Level 2 has minimal involvement, and level 3 has a bit more. Now, level 4 and 5 schools is actually when the department either comes in and makes substantial changes to the school. So that's where you really don't want to be, is level 4 or 5. But we've had high growth for a few years now, and with the new formula, we knew exactly. And from the data that we have, we knew exactly which kids that we needed to target and what we needed to do to help them in order for them to have high achievement on the MCAS test. We used Title I funding and after-school program, SES tutoring, as well as the Ally coach, the reading and math coaches that we have to really give targeted assistance to some of our most neediest of kids.
This is, one of the schools with, some of the most challenged populations,
Yeah.
High level of poverty, high level of English language learners. What do you point to as, some of the things that have really worked in closing that achievement gap and moving those kids up to higher levels?
Yeah, we have a poverty rate of about 86% of the students in the school, which I believe is the highest in the city. The first thing that we do is we build community. We make sure that every student feels like they belong and that they're safe and they're willing to take chances. We get them ready to be successful. So that has a lot to do with guidance and the classroom teachers using responsive classroom and morning meeting. And if the kids feel part of the community, then they're going to be ready to learn and work hard. Along with that is our teachers. Every single teacher in this building holds students at high expectations. We do not use the excuse of poverty, learning issues, special education as an excuse of why students cannot achieve. We look at them as challenges and different things we need to help them achieve, and we hold every student to that same high expectation. And really, once you start doing that and the kids start believing, it makes our job a lot easier. If a parent comes in to the building at any given time, I can tell them exactly where their child's strengths and weaknesses are in reading, writing, and math at any time, and exactly what we're doing to address those or help the student move up. We focus not on only helping the students that really struggled on the MCAS test and just struggle in school in general improve. We also took some of our more gifted students and helped get them to the advanced level. We take the child where they are and we're going to move them. The plan worked. It's always nice when a plan works, and it was a lot of hard work from teachers and the whole staff. But we felt if we could have that community and have the students ready to learn and have that social curriculum really as a good base and have the school calm and discipline not much of an issue, then our teachers could teach them and move these kids, and that's what happened.
I've heard that there's also a very high level of inclusion for special education students here.
Yeah, we actually went into a co-teaching model last year. So many of our students last year started receiving their services in the classroom. And what we've noticed is really that it was almost a positive peer pressure, where they saw some of their peers working at a higher level, and it really made the students want to work at that level or strive to get there. And actually the results showed that it worked. Actually, it was very effective. Some of our highest growth was students on IEPs, and our students that live in poverty had the highest growth that we've seen. Good to see, because 86% of our students are in the high needs group, because we're a school in poverty, but still it's pretty remarkable. Our low income group also had an 83. which is very, very high. And our ESL students, students of second language, was at an 89. That was a huge gain from the year before. It was like a 12-point gain, which is kind of, we haven't seen that before. Our Hispanic Latino group was at an 87. Now, these are the groups that, when we talk about achievement gap, who typically are the ones in the gap. And we're not seeing that. We're seeing that, they made great gains. And the interesting thing, our white group was at an 80, which was above the target, but lower than some of the other groups. Now, there's a few reasons for that. One of it is that we're actually a minority-majority school. So we have more Hispanic and Latino kids. But, when we went to Target and we really looked at the kids who we needed to give some of these extra supports to, it was mostly students in the high needs group, not the white group. So what it tells me is that those plans and our technique really worked. So we need to expand that to not just targeted students, but they need to become part of our regular practice for all students. But I think if you look at a lot of the surrounding schools that I think most people would consider better schools than Fitchburg, we really did outperform them. And our kids are doing a great job, and it's something the parents should be really proud of their kids. I mean, they did wonderful. Growth, we were actually above target for everything. So the state would like a growth somewhere between 40 and 60% growth. Our growth for all students was 81. For our high needs group, it was 77. And for our low income group, it was 77. Our Hispanic group had the highest growth at 84. I'm extremely proud of the teachers and the students in the school. I mean, they're making me look good, but they're the ones doing all the work. I'm just trying to come in and help the kids. I feel like my job mostly is helping the kids be ready to learn and making sure that the structure is there. So if a child needs support, we get them the support, whether that's like some community program or service that we can point the parents in the right direction. We have a great guidance team, a great parent liaison, our secretaries are fantastic. We all know the kids. We all try to help them be ready for school. That could mean counseling. It could mean helping a parent navigate healthcare. If they need help filling out paperwork for, Mass Health or whatever it is. If it means getting in touch with UInc for some type of, parenting issues that they need help with. I think our parents use this as a resource, and because of that, our students tend to settle into school and be very comfortable here, which means that makes the teacher's job of teaching, not trying to do all of that other stuff, even though many of them do, and they have to. I think it's probably to a lesser extent because we're kind of running crazy behind the scenes to make sure that our students have what they need.